The digital plane directly mirrors every aspect of the physical plane. Despite being intangible and non-physical, it exists as a space for everyone to find a connection. This landscape was recently developed with the foundation of the Internet. The World Wide Web has increased in development exponentially, to the current point of being completely unavoidable within daily life. The rapid development and advances in technology on this level cannot be ignored. All governments are racing towards a point of singularity, defined by artificial intelligence and numeric algorithms. All that a person can ask is, why? The material world has lately become an afterthought in favor of the digital plane. Physical life has become so intertwined with the digital atmosphere, that there is hardly a moment of disconnection. Interactions with technology have become mandatory in each aspect of life. It is unavoidable at this time. More people see the world through the lens of technology than with their own eyes. The symbiotic system of data harvesting from users, producing an endless stream of content, sustains the system. The users power the algorithm by feeding their own data into the equation. Within the algorithm, attention acts as currency. The amount of attention spent on each post signals the algorithm toward the personal interests of each user. The custom stream of content determines user interactions. The endless supply of data, harvested by companies, is provided for free by the user. Corporations use this data to aim advertisements at the user, aiming to pursue a potential consumer. It comes to a point when one will ask, how far is this going to go? The current state of events is heading toward a singular, significant, and defined ending. The inevitable merging of mankind and technology is imminent. Currently the two are hardly inseparable, but things are destined to be taken further, by means of a final solution. Transhumanist ideology took notice of this instance. The goal of this principle is to merge mind and machine. We are already witness to an endless supply of content. The introduction of AI slop has defined the point where the supply can be truly endless, exceeding the demand extensively. It creates amalgamations out of user-generated content, building on the foundation of real human creations. This system feeds on the work done by others. The next step in transhumanist evolution is to have the mind and machine become totally inseparable. An extension of the physical body, or body modification, is not the simple goal here. The goal for elite transhumanists is to merge the consciousness of man into the system, allowing the user to be fully present within the digital plane, not just interact with it. The screen is the viewer's portal into the digital plane. It allows the user to interact with their surroundings. The user navigates using symbolic icons. Avatars represent the identity of the player, allowing alternative identities to be obtained through the lens of a character. The invitation extended to the user ensures an endless stream of entertainment, fantasy, and ideals. The digital copy of each person has already been established by the data which they offer about themselves, for free. Stored in databases, this information offered by users is fed into AI. Privacy has become obsolete, the user no longer owns the information about themselves. The goal of this data harvesting is to complete an authentic digital avatar, or copy of each man. Each person has unwillingly consented to this through their use of technology. The transition from the material world to the digital world is already taking place. Most people care more about how they are represented digitally on their profile, than how they appear in person. On the digital plane, any aspect of appearance can be manipulated or altered to personal preference. The material world is appointed to destruction and decay, but the digital plane is not subject to these aspects. This plane is timeless, unaffected by outside factors such as time or space. The goal of leaving the material world behind is evident. The world itself has reached a point of no return, with consumer production having destroyed the natural environment. Nature itself has suffered in favor of digital advance. The currency of human attention, the value placed on an objective principle, is the new gold standard. With cryptocurrencies, NFTs, and other fully digital concepts, they are given value by the attention they receive. Digital dollars exchanged through screens already compose a majority of the transactions and purchases made by customers each day. With inflation rapidly taking over, the current dollar has had ruble keeping its value. Human attention as currency signifies a turning point. The data harvesting has almost completely become monopolized by a certain few companies. These companies feed the data into artificial intelligence, creating new and endless streams. The internet currently has enough content for AI to completely run it. The dead internet theory has become a reality, with bots outnumbering users. The next step is going to be that mankind is invited to become fully invested in this technological system. After offering up personal data, the machine has all that it needs to replace you. The digital copy of each man composed by the algorithm demonstrates this future possibility. The digital copy acts as an avatar, or direct reflection of the user designed to be able to operate and interact with the physical plane. The next step is to remove the physical barriers, and directly upload the mind to the digital plane. Barriers are removed, and the consciousness can access endless teams of informative content. The idea of leaving the physical body behind in order to pursue the digital landscape has become widely accepted. This instance would effectively merge the minds of all users. It would then feed this data to the algorithm, creating endless possible instances. The hive mind of users would effectively become one consciousness. This system merges the users into one collective entity experiencing itself. This ideology is a direct copy of the beast system. This system is satanic and predatory in nature. The endless cycle of feeding from the data, and the endless cycle of user consumption. The lines of individuality will become blurred upon the merging point. The individual will no longer be able to act independently. Free will is disposed of at this point. This predatory system, defined by technology, is currently awaiting the final step of human integration. By giving mankind a biological upgrade, the human body will power the system. The bending of reality occurs at this point. Digitally, it is impossible to tell the difference between what is real or fake. There is no defined truth, only image reflections. This plane takes the material world, and distorts it to fit the ideology of each user. At the point of singularity, there is no difference between what is real or fake. All becomes equalized, formatted as informative entertainment. This system has been quietly built, hiding in plain sight, right in the hands of users. To be a part of this society, one will have to decide if they are taking the technological upgrade. To become fully inseparable from the digital plane, is a decision that cannot be taken back. Once one signs themselves over, they cease to exist as an individual, but instead as an aspect of the hive mind. This mark being issued defines the point of no return for an individual. If declined, the system already has a digital copy, formed based on the data provided by the user. The digital copy of the entire physical world has become established already. The digital landscape has quietly been built to replace the material world. This plane offers an escape from death and decay, at the cost of the individual abandoning the self. All factors of development have been directly invested into the digital plane. The digital copy is ready, and already exists within code. Humanity is the next intended power source for technology, at least in favor of transhumanist evolution.